Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa ala aqibatu lil muttaqeen. Wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Wa ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, qala Allahu tabarak wa ta'ala fil Qur'an al-Majid wal Furqan al-Hamid. A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Inshallah, today we are starting our new subject about Fiqhi rulings. Fiqhi rulings of Qurbani. Qurbani days are coming up in a month's time, I think. But people, they start preparing themselves beforehand. Of course, they have to send money back home, and whoever needs to see that these conditions are in that person. Qurbani is wajib upon him, Qurbani is not wajib upon him. So make sure today, if you want to, you can note down everything. As I mentioned last time, bring your books with you. How much Sharia are we adopting? How much rules of Sharia which are coming from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam are we adopting? This is real knowledge. If you miss out something, then go on my all social media. You can put my name in Google. It will come up, Imam Qasim Akram. All YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all the social media will come up, and you can follow all these clips. Inshallah, soon they will be uploaded in 2-3 days. This whole subject on Facebook as well. Inshallah azza wa jal. So Qurbani. What is the meaning of Qurbani? What is the definition of Qurbani? Qurbani is that you sacrifice a specific animal in specified time for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is called Qurbani. There are three things. The animal has to be what Sharia told you to. You're not going to go and sacrifice some chicken or something. No. We'll talk about inshallah all that as well. So you have to sacrifice the animal what Sharia told you, one of those animals. It has to be in a time what Sharia told you. It's not like you're going to go and sacrifice an animal in Muharram or in Ramzan and you say, "Chalo, theek hai ji, my Qurbani is done." No. It has to be in that time what Sharia told you. And for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Qurbani must be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is called Qurbani. Now, two ahadith. Rasulullah says, the most lovable action in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. Rasulullah was asked by Sahaba, Ya Rasulullah, in the days of Qurbani, what is the most lovable action in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Rasulullah said, the most lovable action in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the days of Qurbani is sacrificing an animal in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the most lovable action to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not reading nawafil, not giving money to, no, you know what, let me just give money to the people, it's okay, sacrificing we can do some other time. No. Sacrificing animal is the most lovable action in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, that what is Qurbani? Prophet replied, Qurbani is the sunnah of your father, Ibrahim alayhi salam. Sunnah basically, that's what he did. On the Hajj days, if you know all that story of Ismail alayhi salam, he took his son to sacrifice, and then after that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exchanged his son with the lamb, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loved his Qurbani so much. He's sacrificing so much, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why, okay, that's fine, but till the day of judgment, whoever the Muslim is going to come, Qurbani is going to wajib upon him, he has to fulfill the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And then Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, okay, that's fine, it is a sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. What is for us in it? Rasulullah said, the animal you're going to sacrifice, the amount of hair the animal has on it, you will get a reward equal to every hair. Equal to every hair, you will get reward for that. Every sin will be, let's say, you will be forgiven, you will be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you will get reward, ranks higher and higher and higher, equal to every hair which is on that animal which is you going to sacrifice. Now, Fiqhi rulings. What are Fiqhi rulings? First, let me give you the conditions. If these 5 conditions are in you, you have to sacrifice an animal in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First condition is Muslim. Alhamdulillah, we all are Muslims. So, Qurbani is not wajib upon non-Muslim. Qurbani is wajib upon Muslim. He has to be an adult. Qurbani is not wajib upon child minors who have not hit the age of puberty, who have not reached the age of puberty. So they can, boys, they start, the age of puberty starts, the time starts from 12 years. Girls, the time starts from 9 years. And the signs are different. For girls, it's menstruation. After 9 years, whenever the bleeding comes, menstruation starts, she's called, she's adult. Even though you are saying she's a little girl, they said she's adult. Boys, their time starts from 12 years. As soon wet dream happens, he is adult now. What is the maximum time? 15 years old. If no sign is shown, then until 15 years, he will be given legal ruling that he is an adult and he has to sacrifice an animal. Even though no signs were there, but after 15, maximum time is 15 for boys and girls. Starting time is different. So they have to be adult, and that adult has to be sane. Sane, not mentally challenged. It depends how mentally challenged the person is. ਹੁਣ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਫੋਨ ਦੜਲੇ ਦੇ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬੱਸਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਪਤਾ ਨੇ, ਇੱਥੋਂ ਟਾਊਨ ਜਾਣਾ, ਟਾਊਨ ਤੋਂ ਚੀਤਾ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਣਾ, ਚੀਤਾ ਮਿਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਦਾ ਵੇਲਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਇਮਾਮ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਪੁੱਤਰ, ਤੇਰੀ ਜੇਬ ਤੇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਿਲ ਹੈ, ਮੇਰੀ ਜੇਬ 'ਚ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਚੇ ਰਹੋ। ਸੋ mentally challenged depend on how much mentally challenged the person is। इमाम साहब तलाक दे दी है, गुस्सा बड़ा आया सी, गुस्सा आया सी, पता सी सामने शगुफ्ता ही खलोती है, पता सी ना तेरी जनानी खलोती है, हाँ पता सी, तो पुत्र तलाक हो गई है, फिर अड्डा तू ना बढ़, ठीक है। तो when we come to Sharia, we think we can dodge Sharia, can't dodge Sharia, because Sharia is not blind. Sharia is going to ask you the questions that what was the condition, where was you standing, who was standing in front of you, did you know your wife was there? That's fine, that's okay. But when it comes to Qurbani, make sure if you're mentally challenged that your kid don't know anything or you don't know anything, majnoon, they are focal, qalam is lifted. The two people, qalam is lifted, child and the majnoon. Rasulullah said qalam is lifted, basically nothing is written for them. They miss namaz, they don't do fasting, anything, because he doesn't know what he's doing. But depending on how much mentally challenged the person is, the person has to be sane, adult and Muslim. Fourth one is muqim. Muqim is the person is local, you're not traveling. If you are traveling in the days of Qurbani, the Qurbani is wajib upon you. Just like let's say you've gone to Makkah for Umrah and you're staying there for 7 days, you're a traveler. More than 15 days, of course, you're muqim there as well. But if you're only staying there for 7 days, Qurbani is wajib upon you. You went Pakistan, let's say you went London from here, because London is of course quite far from here, from Manchester, and you've gone there for 3 days and you stayed there in all Qurbani days. The Qurbani is wajib upon you, but you should give Qurbani though, Baral. But Qurbani is not wajib upon a traveler. Fifth condition, Malik Nisab. What is Malik Nisab? Malik Nisab is that how much money you have with you, savings. I'm not talking about that you have £1,500 in your pocket, in your saving, but at the end of the month, that £1,500 is going to go towards your expenses. If that all money gone towards expenses and you know it's going towards expenses, you're not going to left with anything. He calls urgent need. Urgent need, necessities of this dunya, zaruriyat zindagi se zaid maal ho, to tab Qurbani wajib hoti hai. If you have more than your necessities, you have that much money, and it is, the criteria is just like zakat. I mentioned 52.5 tola chandi, 635.15 gram silver. If you have all amount, that much amount you have, and I checked in zakat days. Zakat days, when I check, I don't know about the price right now. You can phone gold people, that jewelers, and you can ask them how much is 52.5 tola silver, and if they tell you about £385, 385 and 400 pound in savings you have, in savings, then Qurbani will be wajib upon you. Qurbani will be wajib upon you. Now zakat criteria is different. If £400 savings you have and 1 year is passed, then zakat will become wajib upon you. But Qurbani is not like that. In Qurbani days, I'll mention after that what Qurbani days are. In those 3 days, if £400 is with you, more than your necessity, Qurbani is wajib upon you. You have to give Qurbani. So it's not like 1 year is passed, then after that I'll think about next year. No. Those 3 days, if you're Malik Nisab, then Qurbani will become wajib upon you. So 5 conditions: Muslim, adult, sane, muqim, basically local, and 5th one is Malik Nisab, set amount of all the wealth you have. Let's say for Eid day, your son is adult, sane, Muslim of course, and he's living inside Manchester and at home, he's not a traveler, and someone gave him Eid, £400. He's not going to do anything with the £400, £500. Let's say £500 gave him Eid. In those 3 days, Qurbani is wajib on him. He's 15 years old, doing GCSEs, and beforehand, people start giving them chalo theek hai, money, this and that. If you've got £500, Qurbani is wajib on him. You have to give Qurbani from him as well. I tell you, what if a person has debt upon him? Does he still have to give Qurbani depending on what kind of debt you have? Contracted loan, non-contracted loan, just like zakat. If it's contracted loan, is it me'adi wa ghaire me'adi? Contracted, non-contracted. Contracted loans are you taking from banks, any building society. Banks, contracted loan. They are not going to stop you from giving Qurbani. Let's say £1,400, you got contracted loan, and you know they're not going to come after you. You have to give money monthly. That's fine, that's okay. Qurbani still is wajib on you if you have more than necessity. You have things with you like 400 and 500 pounds. One is non-contractual loan. Non-contractual loan is you got 1,000 pounds, 500 pounds, 700 pounds from your dad, from your mom, individuals, your uncle, auntie, brothers, sisters. You got loan from your wife, your husband, and you owe them. They can come tomorrow and they can ask you for money, even though they said it's okay, that's fine. We'll give you. We'll come after 1 year. No. They can come tomorrow. You have to give them. Somehow you have to give them. So whenever you're going to give zakat or you're going to do qurbani, you have to deduct that money out. Now see how much money you have left with you. Savings, I'm talking about savings. Then qurbani will become wajib on you. So depending on contractual loan or non-contractual loan. Contractual loan, if it's that if stops you doing giving qurbani and zakat, then I don't think anyone is here sitting has to give qurbani or has to give zakat. Somehow you bought laptop, you bought phone, of course 0% interest, or you on a mortgage. And most of the people, this is how they are, that somehow they are in debt. Qurbani is not wajib on anyone, zakat is not wajib on anyone. No. Contracted and non-contracted loan. Contracted loan don't stop you from zakat and qurbani. Non-contracted loan, that's the one stop. Now these all 5 conditions are mentioned. All these 5 conditions mentioned, they must be falling in a specific time. What's the time? 10th of Zulhajj the Sahri up to 12th of Zulhajj the Maghrib. Remember these 3 days. 10th Zulhajj, 11th Zulhajj and 12th of Zulhajj. If someone became Muslim or adult, sane, Muqim, he becomes Muqim, he was traveling and he became Muqim 12th of Zulhajj or 11th of Zulhajj, he was traveling, coming from Pakistan, and as soon as he came in Manchester city center, he became Muqim. Now qurbani is wajib upon him. So all these 5 conditions must be in the time of qurbani days. So you had 1,000 pounds with you savings on 9th of Zulhajj, but 9th of Zulhajj you spent all the money. It's gone. 10th of Zulhajj gone, 11th of Zulhajj gone, 12th of Zulhajj gone, 1,000 pounds came again at 13th of Zulhajj. Qurbani is not wajib on you. Reason why? Because those 3 days when you're supposed to be having all these conditions in you, it wasn't. You had never have money. So you never had the money. So in those 3 days, all these 5 conditions are falling, you have to give qurbani. Otherwise, you don't have to give qurbani. And qurbani is not like you have to give qurbani on 10th of Zulhajj. No, you can sacrifice an animal 11th of Zulhajj. You can sacrifice an animal on 12th of Zulhajj as well, but make sure before the Maghrib time. This is very important. A lot of people, they make mistake in this. Those especially who send money back home to give my qurbani. So can I give qurbani? Can I sacrifice an animal before I read Eid prayer? Before I've read my Eid prayer, qurbani must be sacrificed after Eid prayer is performed in that village or in that city, wherever. It doesn't mean that you have to read your Eid prayer. No. It has to be with that city. A masjid in, I think, Old Trafford, they do their Eid prayer 6 in the morning. People need to go to work. So once the Eid prayer is done, now either you read your Eid prayer, you haven't read your Eid prayer. That has got nothing to do with that. Eid prayer is done. Now in that city, you can sacrifice an animal. Now there's another thing. Time is so important. Qurbani must be sacrificed in Qurbani days. You are going through Qurbani days, and where your qurbani is being sacrificed, they are going through Qurbani days. You sent money back home. You sent money Palestine. You sent money Pakistan, or wherever you sent money. Make sure you here going through Qurbani days, and there when they are going to sacrifice animals, they are going through Qurbani days. So if you are going through 9th of Zulhajj, when the Hajj day is going on, 9th of Arafah, it's Hajj day. Qurbani has not become wajib on you. Why? Because the 10th of Zulhajj will Qurbani become wajib on you. You going to 9th of Zulhajj, and Pakistan 1 day ahead they are, and they have sacrificed your animal. So they're going through Qurbani days. The Qurbani gone to waste. It never became wajib on you. It's like you have not done nikah with a woman and you're giving a talaq. वो राह जाने या कुड़ी ने आगे मैं तुम तलाक देना हो जब काम कर तुम तलाक देना तुम मेरा जाना है वरना निकाह करोगे तलाक आएगी ना बंदा आगे मैं वुजू पान देता है वुजू कीता सी नहीं वुजू कौन सी कीता मैं वुजू करने तो पहले ही पान दिया but you have to be in wudu to break your wudu. You have to be in roza to break your roza. You have to be in Qurbani days to give Qurbani. Make sense? So you must be going through Qurbani days. Like 10th of Zulhajj, Sahri, Qurbani become wajib upon you. Alhamdulillah. Their Qurbani, they can do that. Now, let's go a bit further. Your Qurbani day started 1 day before, and now Here is 12th of Dhul Hajj, but there is 13th of Dhul Hajj. Your qurbani, if they have not sacrificed your qurbani days are gone. Because you cannot sacrifice an animal in 13th of Dhul Hajj. 13th of Dhul Hajj is gone. What you're supposed to be doing then, inshallah, when we come, the question comes, inshallah, we'll let you know. Because now you cannot sacrifice qurbani. You cannot give qurbani. Once it's missed, your qurbani gone qada. Then what you need to do after that, inshallah, we'll mention that. But this condition, make sure you keep in your mind when you give qurbani back home. Tell them, why saadi adu khul shuru honi hai, toadi adu honi hai, time lo qurbani devo, and mess up kar deo. And it is your responsibility. It's not someone else's responsibility. Chalo main paise bhejte, mera kaam ho gaya. No, you have to let them know. Look, its date is here. Date is there. Make sure you give qurbani this day. Acha, can I do qurbani for my family members or friends or anyone? Yes, you can give qurbani for anyone, whoever you want to. You can, like your dad is, you want to give qurbani for your dad, for your mom, for your friend, or anyone you can give, but you have to go and ask that permission if they're adults. You know, as I mentioned in zakat days as well, when you want to give any obligatory behalf of other person, you have to go and take his permission. But let's say your children are living with you, uni students, college students, adults, even GCSEs one, and they have more than necessity. Of course, they have all the Malik and Nisab and everything, all conditions in them. You don't really have to ask them. Why? Because they're living with you. You don't really have to go and ask them, do you give me permission? No, permission is already given. Manavi ijazat mili hoti hai bande ko pehle. Then of course, that I don't work. Of course, you are the one who's going to give qurbani, but just in case, Putra, I'm going to give you qurbani. I say, yeah, that's fine, that's okay. So you can give qurbani of whoever you want to. But your adult children who got married and moved out, now if you want to give qurbani for them or they want to give qurbani for parents, they must come and ask and take the permission before they give qurbani. So you can give qurbani behalf of other person, but you have to go and ask and take his permission. If you don't take his permission, he doesn't even know my qurbani is being sacrificed behalf of me from my this person, qurbani will go to waste. Waste basically नफली qurbani आपकी तरफ से हो जाएगी या उसकी तरफ से उसको स्वाब मिल जाएगा, मगर qurbani जो वाजिब है वो बिल्कुल ज़ाया हो गई है. अच्छा, next one. Qurbani is wajib on me, but instead of sacrificing an animal, can I give equal to one animal price to poor people? That question I normally get. That there's the poor people living in my village or Palestine, this, that, they don't need food, meat, because everyone sacrifices an animal. Can I just give them money? No, you can't give money. Because in Qurbani days, if all these 5 conditions I mentioned are in you, you have to sacrifice an animal. It's just like Zohar Namaz time has started, and you are like, yeah, you know what? Instead of reading Zohar Namaz, I'm going to come in a masjid and waste my time so much. Why not just go and help some poor people outside and he's crossing the road or something, anything good I can do. I'm going to come here, I'm going to waste my time. Zohar time, whatever the obligatory action is upon you, you have to fulfill that obligatory action. Hajj again, I'm going to go Hajj, 15,000 pounds I'm going to spend, or 10,000 pounds I'm going to spend. Why not just give 10,000 pounds? Hajj is further upon you, you have to do Hajj. Qurbani is further upon you, you have to sacrifice an animal. You want to help someone? You can help someone with the nafli money, or zakat is there anyway, fitrana is there anyway. You can do that, but when qurbani is wajib on you, you have to give qurbani, you have to sacrifice an animal. Can't do anything else. Now, animals. What animals can we sacrifice for qurbani? The 3 animals: lamb, sheep, male, female; cow, male, female; bull, cow, whatever you want to; and camel, male, female. So you can sacrifice any one of these animals. 3. There are only 3 animals you can sacrifice for qurbani. Only these 3 animals. Anything else you do, qurbani will go to waste. Lamb or sheep, they have 1 part in it, 1 part only. So it can only sacrifice from 1 person, just 1 person. Then cow and camel, these 2 animals have got 7 parts, 7 parts in them. These animals can be sacrificed from 7 people. What people are doing in their homes, in families, qurbani is wajib upon 7 people or 8 or 9 people. You know what they're doing? Buying 1 lamb and sacrificing that lamb on behalf of all of the people, all 7 individuals. You know what's going to happen? The bakra, the lamb, the sheep has gone to waste. It has not been sacrificed from anyone, Why? Because 7 people, when this go in, is corrupted, all that gone to waste. All 7 have to, or 8 have to go and give another qurbani now, all of them separately. So lamb and sheep has got only 1 hissa, can be sacrificed from only 1 person. Same goes with cow, camel, bull, all these male, female, can only be sacrificed from 7 people. If you put 8th person in, whole qurbani is going to go to waste, because he's In which hissa? 7th one, 6th one, 5th one, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all gonna go to waste. All 7 of them have to go and give qurbani again. All 8 of them actually. It was given from 8 people. Make sure camel, cow from 7 people, no more than 7 people. Lamb and sheep from 1 person. Now there's another condition. People that normally ask that, but Imam Sahib, I want to buy, me, my brother, and my other friend, we are going to buy 1 lamb. We are going to contribute money. I'm going to buy a lamb. But it will be sacrificed from 1 person. Yeah, you can do that. Like, let's say your friend wants to give qurbani, but you don't have, he cannot buy, he doesn't have that much money or cash at the moment. Yeah, you can help him buying the lamb, give him money, but must be sacrificed on his name. Same goes from cow, camel as well. Let's say a person doesn't have that much money, but he wants to give qurbani of camel or cow. You can contribute in money, like 10 people can contribute buying a lamb, or sorry, buying a camel or buying a cow. They contribute 10, 20 people, but it must be sacrificed from 7 people. Definitely. From 7 people, no more than 7 people. Otherwise, all that will go to waste. समझ लगन लगी है? जे ना लगी ना, तो बाद चुमा के ना आराम से जिसे पूछ ले। This is another one, important one. Those especially who sacrifice in this country and they go to farms. And chalo, let's sacrifice an animal. Apu to aunda ko nahi hunda katna. To fir wo adan gore nahi tu hi kat de yaar inu. So can qurbani animal be slaughtered by a non-Muslim, or does it have to be a Muslim? Can your qurbani animal be sacrificed by a non-Muslim? It cannot be sacrificed by a non-Muslim. If he sacrifices your animal, the animal is gone to waste. Why? Because animal must be sacrificed on the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you have to read Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. Bismillahi Allahu Akbar, then sacrifice. The same goes with like non-Muslim reads namaz. Is a namaz accepted? No, it's just aerobic exercise, just up down, that's all it is. He goes for Hajj accepted? No, because he has not signed the contract to work in that company. The contract is Ashhadu la ilaha wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. He has not signed the contract, he has not come in the bound of Sharia. That's the reason he cannot do anything for you when it comes to Sharia. No, he can't do that. He can sell meat. That's another thing. People get confused here. Sacrificing animal by a Muslim, then he can be, if he's on the counter and he's selling that meat, he can sell the meat and you can buy the meat from a non-Muslim as long as it's halal. But qurbani animal must be sacrificed by a Muslim. Someone missed his qurbani and the days of qurbani are finished as well. Can he still do qurbani? Can he still sacrifice an animal? But I mentioned at the start. Remember that when someone missed his qurbani, the 12th of Zulhajj is gone, 13th of Zulhajj is here, 14th of Zulhajj, 15th of Zulhajj came, and he missed his qurbani. What he has to do now? He has to give all that money equal to where you can buy a lamb or your 1 part. That money to a poor person. When you give that money to a poor person, then your qada will be ada, inshallah. But you cannot sacrifice an animal. If you sacrifice an animal, that will go to waste. Let's say you bought animal, that animal, the bakra, the lamb was, let's say 200 pounds, but once you sacrifice, the price is going to go down. Once price goes down, you go and ask that person that how much was the animal, the 200 pound, how much you buy now? For 100 pound. Why? Okay, now you have to put 100 pound more and give it to some poor person. So you have to give money now. You cannot sacrifice animal, and it has to. And this rule applies on all those qurbaniya you missed in your life. You think how many qurbaniya were wajib upon you? I missed all those. You have to pay money towards the poor person. Now that money must go towards the poor Shari'i Muslim, not towards Muslim, non-Muslim. Why? Because zakat, all wajibati sadaqat, wajibati obligatory charity must go to a Muslim. Zakat, fitrana, mannat, that Allah, if that happens in my life, then I'll give money in your path, has to go to poor Shari Muslim. 4th one is kafare. Kafara, missed anything, roza kafara, qasam kafara, this kafara, or penalties. You did something Hajj time and you made dam became lazim upon you, kafara, the compensation has to go towards a Muslim Shari Fakir, not a non-Muslim. Acha, how shall I distribute qurbani meat? Now here people get confused. They say, no, qurbani meat has to go towards the poor people. It definitely goes towards poor people. And then maybe yes, you can eat as well at home. No. It is mustahab. It is liked action that you distribute that meat, the qurbani meat, into three parts. One for you and family and friends. Second, for poor people, and third one is poor people. So one is for yourself. One is part is for yourself, for your family. Second part is for your friends and family, or urgent family. You can give them. Third part you can give it to poor people. But this is only mustahab. This is only liked action. Otherwise, you can eat all qurbani meat yourself. Actually, our scholar says if you are a poor person, of course no one is poor here. How come you're a poor person? You never seen meat in your life, or like a whole year you don't see meat. Then it is mustahab that you keep all that meat with you. Everything you keep with you here at home. And you itna banda na greedy hoga ke banda ghar ke rakhe gosht nu bhi keede lag janda nahi dena nahi kise nu bhaਵੇਂ keede kha jaਣ. Don't do that, but of course you give it to them as well. Three parts of mustahab. Otherwise you can eat all of it. You can give to poor people all of it. You can give to family, friends, and everyone's all of it. Can I do qurbani for deceased people? Still about 5 minutes. Can I do qurbani for deceased people? Yes, you can do qurbani with deceased person. Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed me, Ali, do one qurbani for yourself and do qurbani for myself as well. So when Rasulullah passed away, Hazrat Ali still used to do qurbani for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he was asked why you doing that, he said because Rasulullah instructed me to do that. So I'm doing qurbani for myself, and one qurbani I'm doing for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You can give qurbani for yourself and for the deceased, of your parents or someone. You can do that. But if qurbani is wajib upon you, you have to give qurbani first yours and then for your parents. Now, there are two conditions now. How to distribute this meat. If your father, mother, someone passed away and they wrote in a will, this qurbani was wajib upon me, I'm leaving that money, make sure you give that money towards poor people. Has to go towards poor people. Why? Because it's kafara. It has to go towards poor people. Or money you're going to give, it has to be money for poor people. But if you are just giving out of love, in the name of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with your parents, that meat anyone can eat, because it's nafli sadaqah, so anyone can eat that meat. Mannat qurbani meat has to go to poor people as well. You said mannat Allah, if that happened, then after sacrifice animal in your path, that has to go towards poor people as well. Achha, can a person who wants to do aqiqah, another very important, can a person who wants to do aqiqah participate in the qurbani cow or camel? If you want to give aqiqah, you can contribute in the qurbani cow. Why? Because as long as your everyone's intention is same, sacrificing an animal in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The aqiqah person has got same intention, and the people doing qurbani, they have the same intention as well. So you can participate. Let's say 6 people are giving qurbani in cow or in camel, and one person wants to do aqiqah, he can put his hissa in their qurbani cow. Achha, when is the last day to cut my hair and clip my nails? This is another very important question. Amal laga na haj de mahine sare sawal amal apani de. When is the last day to cut my nails and cut my hair and clip my nails? And is it farz, or is it wajib, or is it sunnah to do that? Will I become sinful if I cut my nails and hair in these days? Now, first of Hajj, Rasulullah said, those who are going to sacrifice their animal, and actually there is another hadith, those who are not going to sacrifice an animal as well. Anyone sacrificing animal or you're not sacrificing animal, they should not take anything from their hair and from their nails. They should not take. Until when? Until their animal is sacrificed, or until, if you're not sacrificing an animal, you're a poor person. Otherwise, until 10th of Zulhijjah has happened, 10th of Zulhijjah Asr or Fajr has happened. Galla karoge, main confused ho jayega. Main asr bol. Pehle me to galla hon lagi hain, main bada confused hona laga, main koshish kar lagya sa. Because when I'm talking, please just don't talk. I just fiqhi rulings. If I say something little bit wrong, halal will become haram, haram will become halal. So I just want to concentrate here. So when you guys talk, I just get confused. So please, just when I'm talking, just stick. When I तुहा 2 मिनट जाया कितने, और मन 2 मिनट हो चाहिए ना. तू जान नहीं देनी, तो 3000 में तो नहीं छोड़ना नहीं मैं तेरे. तो माइक भी तो नहीं खड़काना, तो माइक खड़काया ना तो मैं तक मुझे आ जाना तेरे को. Anyways, अच्छा जी. So when is the last day to cut my hair? From 1st of Zulhijjah. So 29th of Zulqa'dah, or 1 month before, day before, 29th of Islamic month before the Hajj, cut your nails and your hair. This is very important. I want you to listen to this. Very important. Cutting your hair and cutting your nails is not haram. It is not makruh tahrimi. It is only makruh tanzihi, you can say, but disliked. But you can cut your hand, you can cut your nails in those days from 1st of Zulhijjah up to the animal sacrifice. But not cutting your hair can be haram though. Sunnah is cutting your hair, like pubic hair. Cutting your hair and your nails once in a week is sunnah. If it goes to 15 days, it becomes makruh tanzihi, disliked. You're not sinful yet, it's disliked. But that point number, if it goes to 40 days, makruh tahrimi next to haram, now you are sinful. Let's say you never cut your hair and your nails just before the Hajj day, and you're thinking, you know what, I'm gonna get gunegar, I'm not gonna cut my hair. All 10 days you're doing haram. You have to cut your nails now, even though Hajj day has started. Why? Because last 40 days you never cut your hair, you never clip your nail. Now you will have to cut your hand, you will have to clip your nail. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to understand our deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to truly walk on the path of Sharia. Wa ma alayna illa al-balagul mubin. De diyo sara gaan. De diyo.